Okay, I want to read something. I'm going to read what... Hey, welcome everybody to Fun and Frickin' Recovery, man. The importance of having fun in recovery. I'm going to read a little bit of this. Oxford House CEO Paul Malloy has long said that if recovery isn't as much fun as drinking or using drugs, why stay clean and sober? Many Oxford House and Oxford House chapters take that admonition to heart and make sure that they find ways to encourage fun and recovery. Houses and chapters should emphasize attraction rather than enforcement. Sometimes that's hard, but it's worth it. Among the types of activities some houses and chapters undertake are picnics, fishing trips, retreats, progressive dinners, softball teams and tournaments, cookouts, spaghetti dinners, pancake breakfast, bowling leagues. Many houses and chapters emphasizes these activities during Recovery Month in particular. Chapter membership by individual Oxford House is voluntary. Many chapters use social activities of this type and mentioned to generate increases in house membership in chapter. The panelists will discuss various ways of having fun in Oxford House. You are in the right place. Let me tell you that right now. Of having fun in Oxford House while using the democratic, disciplined system of house operations to master self-confidence, sobriety, and living. There is a mouthful right here. Sobriety and living a comfortable life without booze and drugs. Okay. With all that being said, what we have here is a negative house. Right here. They do not like the chapter meetings. They don't want to participate in any activities. They don't want to hold house offices. All they do is like to sit around and tell you what is wrong with you. So I'm going to turn it over to Gray Cloud Goose and Negative Jeremy.
Oh my God. This fucking sucks.
Does that phone ever shut up?
I know, right? You'd think somebody put a voicemail on it.
Jeez.
You gonna get that? Me too. So like, you gonna get that or no?
It's gone.
Oh. So, what is up with this fun stuff?
Man, I pay my EES. I go to my required meetings every week. Like, what does it matter what else I do?
You do that?
I at least get my meetings.
Did you see those new Nikes I got? Mm-hmm. Oh, they're fire. I loved it. I think I have an Amazon shopping addiction. It's fine though, right?
Yeah, but you're not using it.
I know, I'm using my money for other things.
Yeah.
So, you going to this house meeting tonight?
I mean, do we have to?
I don't know where it says it's mandatory. I think I'm gonna skip this one.
I might be working.
I got a date. He cute. I think I'm just gonna do that. Hello? Did you hear that?
Chapter's here. Knock, knock, knock.
I'm sorry. Who are you guys?
We're chapter.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, we're gonna go have fun. We're gonna go bowling.
Go kayaking, skating.
Ooh, you're really loud.
Do you have to?
It's attraction rather than promotion.
What are we promoting?
Fun in recovery. Do you really want to sit here and just
Do nothing.
sit here?
Yeah. It's kind of fun.
Oh, come on. Let's go.
Well,
Let's
one-
go bold. Come on.
Netflix and chill, bro.
One, I have a flat screen in my room, so I'm just gonna watch Netflix and chill.
Can we do that as a family?
As a family, we'll go out to the living room, put on Netflix.
Yeah, and not chill though.
Not chill, not chill.
What if I want to watch something that you guys don't want to watch?
We can vote on that.
Democratic process. Hey, how about that?
It's not all about you.
I believe in a totalitarian type of situation.
I mean, we could give it a try, though.
Give it a whirl.
What could it hurt?
Gus, I thought we had a thing.
Yeah, let's try somewhere else, though.
Your room this time?
And if it doesn't work, we can refund your misery.
Oh.
Try it, and if it doesn't work, we'll refund your misery.
I suffer from buyer's remorse, so like I have anxiety with regards to those things. Amazon is bomb though. Oh my god.
But you could just sit in the corner and shop on your phone and maybe mingle a little bit.
Well, you know what? It doesn't sound interesting at all. So, are you gonna kick me out if I don't do it?
Negative Nancy,
Yeah.
listen here. We have behavioral contracts. They're fun. May I suggest that you have fun? Just try it out.
What do I get out of it?
Time of recovery.
Bubbles!
Bubbles! Bought on Amazon.
I mean, I don't really want to, but
Just do it.
Come on, girl.
oh my god, you heard about my Nikes.
Then let's go. Come on. Come on.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
go.
okay,
Come on.
all right,
Come on.
okay,
Come on.
all right. Bubbles!
And they lived happily ever after.
Coffee. I don't want to steal somebody's coffee. It's got lipstick.
Looks like your shade.
So here's
Marty, 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 Marty.
See, that's a prime example right there of it can be changed around by one person. And when chapter comes in, it's like we are trying to plan a rafting trip, and we need you to be there. It's like bring them along. And so for a lot of us, learning how to have fun is a process. We didn't get here because we knew how to have fun. Look at this. What in the hell is going on? Are we in the right room? Are we in the right room? So for now, I'm going to introduce the lovely Elizabeth Lewis.
There she is.
Got clean on 124 of 10 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oxford House hired her to work with the Females Offenders Diversion Program in Oklahoma City. She then moved her to help start the poor-ass state of Mississippi. After 3 years, she moved back to her home state of Texas as the senior state coordinator, and now she's in Florida, about to get hit by her first hurricane ever. Please welcome the magnificent, bubbly Elizabeth Lewis.
Hey y'all, my name's Elizabeth, and I'm a woman in long-term recovery, and what that means, like Marty says, is I haven't found it necessary to drink or drugs since January 24th of 2010. Yeah. So and I thought using, like in the beginning, it started out fun, like when I was a teenager. And obviously, the disease progressed and many arrests and overdoses and all of that later, like it's not fun anymore. But, I was on probation and I caught another felony charge. And so I was court ordered to 3 years in prison or treatment. So obviously I chose treatment, right? I thought I could manipulate the system, lower my tolerance, get the judge off my back and go out and hit the streets and do what I thought was fun, right? Well, I had a spiritual awakening in jail. Something happened, I had to go back to jail for a little bit. And my life completely changed because I was so desperate that I was willing to, I had nowhere else to look but up, right? And then I was willing because I'd been given all these opportunities and I just couldn't believe that they did not put me in prison. So I was willing to do, I just said yes. Anything they told me to do, I just said yes. And so when I got out of that treatment, I had nowhere else to go. Bridges burned. I went into an Oxford House, Shirley Ann, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Anybody from there? I don't even know if it's still around, but yay, okay, good. That house saved my life. They let me move in. It was a phone interview. I had zero money. I was paying on 9 different cases, no car, nothing. And they let me in, and they made me the treasurer and all that stuff. But in order to be there, I had to work a program. I had to go to meetings. My meeting was right across the street. And so I would go 3 times a day because I didn't have a job. And I got real plugged in, and I started doing the steps and get a sponsor, made it my home group. And at the same time, I got really involved with Oxford House. I still liked that drama, and so I wanted to go to houses and drug test houses because I thought that was fun, like, woo! But at the same time, that changes. We don't, but anyways, and Lori was my outreach worker, and I mean, she just grabbed me under her wing, and we hit it off, and she showed me how it was done, and part of that is having fun, because I'm sure the panels that you've gone to in this World Convention here and in some of the house meetings that you're at, it's serious. Like, this is very, very serious. This is life or death. People are dying. So we cannot forget not to have fun, right? Because I would not have stayed sober or clean if I didn't have fun. Like, picking your face for 12 hours in the mirror is not fun. Those tree people are not fun, But I did not know how. And like working the steps, I didn't know like what my favorite color was. I didn't know if I liked boys or girls. I didn't know anything because I didn't know who I was. And that's where my sponsor helped me and the people around me. They I was able to get the material things. That comes pretty quickly for me anyways, but it was the internal things, those spiritual principles, that confidence and stuff that I had learned. And once I learned to become comfortable with myself, I could have fun because I could go to that NA dance. And I know I can't dance, y'all, but I didn't care because I was having fun, and I didn't care necessarily. I mean, I still do care to a point what people think, but it didn't hinder me. You know what I mean? Right. So for those people who don't know how to have fun, I brought you bubbles, and also. And also, I'm now very involved in my church, and this has nothing to do with JC, I promise. But some of y'all have this pamphlet, this handout, and it's 50 ways to find joy every day for the cost of less than a cup of coffee. So it talks about what you can do at your home, quick pick-me-ups, activities around the house and work, and I'd love to email it to y'all if y'all are want it. I will definitely do that. But one of the things is relationships, and it's some little suggestions, because relationships is not just like with your significant others. It's with our housemates, with our sponsors. That's all relationships of all kinds. Our bosses. But one of the number 43, it says to play together, to add a dose of joy to your new relationship or an old friendship. Try skipping. Well, don't drink, but try skipping. Should have read this before. But go for a nature walk. I know, right? Go for a nature walk. Throw a frisbee. Go to the park. I'm very, very big on outdoors. The sunshine, getting sun is very important. They say to count chimneys, and I was like, what's that? But because you look up, so you count chimneys, and that's cool. On a rainy day or when you're feeling blue, wear bright colors. I mean, just the little things like that. You will find joy. Number 45 says, celebrate every day. Like, we are lucky to be alive. We all probably should be in prison or dead, right? Yeah. So celebrate that, like, we are amongst family. We're going to have all kinds of Facebook friend requests, right? Because, like, we are this is our home. My family didn't want to have anything to do with me in the beginning, but y'all did. I had no money, nothing, and y'all said, come on, it's okay, And I will never forget that. We are family. We don't care who you are, what you look like, what color you are, what sex you like, or any of that stuff. We have that one common denominator, that's to recover, and that's freaking special. So anyways, hug your loved ones. We do that, right? Sing, okay? And I want everybody to stand up and just dance. Stand up right now and just dance. Do whatever. No music, it's in your head. Just dance. Just dance. Just dance. Yeah. And yeah. Woo! All right. There you go. All right. And we can do more of that tonight after the banquet. Y'all good. Thank you. Raise the roof. Sprinkler. Right? Q-tip. Throw it away. But anyway. But y'all, we got a lot of Tinkerbells here and other things, so we got to move on. But I really hope that y'all find joy. Y'all reach out, hug each other, look up, count chimneys, wear bright colors, and just have fun. Thank you. Oh.
Okay, that's enough of that. Okay. The next person we're bringing up is Jazzy Jonathan. Jonathan started in Washington State. Washington State didn't send anybody this year, did they?
No, not a one.
Moved out to the great state of Kentucky as outreach. His clean date is 11/19 of 13. Please give a round of applause to Jonathan.
Good morning. Good morning. Come on now. Good morning. There we go. There was a lot of you in here, and you were not that loud the first time, but that worked. My name's Jonathan. I'm a person in long-term recovery. What that means to me is I haven't had to use a drink or a drug since November 19th of 2013. So when I first came into Oxford House a while ago, just a little while ago, like I came in and I did not know how to have fun. Basically my using had taken away any sense of what fun was, right? And to, what attracted me, my disease, it likes fun, and that's what attracted me in the beginning, and that's what kept me going, but then it wasn't fun anymore. But when I got into recovery and I got into Oxford House, it was like, well, what am I going to do? I remember the first Oxford House I was in, Green Lake in Seattle, Washington. One of the things these guys did is they once a month we had a dinner where we went and sat around the table. I'd say okay, well, that doesn't sound fun. And but really it was because I got to know people, right? We did things, we went out, it just went on. I went to my first workshop in Oxford House in the state of Washington, the chapter officers workshop, and got to meet more people, and that's what it's about, So I'm going to show you in Kentucky. I've got a slide here, and I put together some pictures. And in Kentucky, every year, we do what's called this last year was called the Kentuckiana State Retreat, where we come together for a weekend, and we fellowship, we have fun. I never knew it, but, this was my first time going whitewater rafting.
Yes!
I am hooked. And, it's Oxford House that has really given me these experiences, It's my house saying, hey, we're going to go do this, and me showing up to do it, right? It's the people that I get to meet from Tinkerbell. Listen, when I first got to Kentucky and I was going around to some house meetings, I called one house that I was told to go to, and they were I was like, I'm going to come to your house meeting. They're like, well, we're going bowling. I was like, okay, we're going to the house meeting first, and then we're going bowling. You can join us. The house is taking care of us. Right? And we went out and we had fun. Like I never thought I would like bowling. Now, I'll talk a good game, but I'm horrible. I like to say that I'm good, but I'm horrible. But, then we have our chapters. Chapters put on a lot of unity events. This was one that Covington area did just before, the day before their chapter meeting, went out and did, just games. And fundraisers. That word in fundraisers is fun, right? Right? Fun? Right? Car washes, whatever it is. Listen, recovery is meant to be fun.
Yep.
And I would not, I stick around because it's fun. And I've learned that I get to do new stuff. I meet people, these conventions. Are you guys having fun this weekend? Okay. So if your house isn't doing this type of stuff, take this stuff back, because this is the stuff that promotes unity. It helps you guys work together. This is what it's about. So that's all I got. I'm glad you guys are having a good weekend. Thank you. Hey, Marty, to the stage, Marty.
Marty Walker, everyone.
Okay.
You gotta be gentle.
There you go.
Got one down. Man down. Man down. Anybody know CPR?
Is that yours?
I got pixie dust.
Yours too?
Yes. Absolutely. That's it right there.
Okay. Did you see all that white water rafting and camping and all that, man? We didn't get to do that in jail, and I never really did.
That's real.
Well, I kept signing up every morning, and then the bus never come pick my ass up. Okay, next. Are we in the right room or what, man? Okay, our next contestant, Jeremy Weatherspoon, is a person.
Go talk to your
Jeremy Weatherspoon is a person in long-term recovery. As such, he has not consumed any mood or mind-altering substances since April 5th of 2013. This is his third opportunity to present on fun and recovery at the World Convention. When he stopped using drugs, he thought his life would be dull and uneventful. He quickly discovered that was a fallacy.
big word.
Not a phallus.
And his way. Man, what's wrong with you people? He quickly discovered that was on his way of distancing himself from the recovery community. Please welcome to the stage, Jeremy Weatherspoon.
Hi. Yes, my name is Jeremy Weatherspoon. Hi, guys. I'm just so excited to be up here. I really am. This, for me, is the epitome of fun, right? Yeah. So let me get real with you really quickly, just one moment, right? The reason I use drugs is because the shit was lit, okay? if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't have gotten hooked. You know what I mean? I thought it added some type of quality to my life that I was somehow missing. I had a fear of missing out, so I wanted to be a part of everything. I needed to be up all the time. And crystal meth helped with that. And my undiagnosed ADHD, right? Self-medicating. So, towards the end of my using career, it was no longer fun, but I had already conditioned myself to feel and believe that using was fun. So I was chasing not only the dragon, but the fun. Because I remembered how it used to be. And I thought if I can mix the different pills and potions and do it this way or not at this time or relax a little bit and take a few days off and then use some more that day, I thought I could maneuver and manipulate the system, my body, to have fun again. And it just wasn't there anymore. And so at the end, my best thinking, my only solace or escape was suicide. And I attempted fervently. I had a plan, and I followed through. And I didn't know then, but I know now, my higher power had another plan for me because I'm still here. Love you too, baby. Now I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't say, okay, that I found the fun again. But it took me a minute, though. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm in recovery, this is amazing. It wasn't that. My first 6 months were pure hell. Because one, I didn't know if I wanted to change my life. I didn't know if I wanted to be a part of the recovery community. I didn't know if I didn't have any more uses in me. You know what I'm saying? I thought maybe, maybe if it was time, maybe 6 months, if I could last 6 months or 9 months or maybe a year and then step my foot back in the pond, maybe I can use responsibly. Don't you love that on the alcohol commercial? Drink responsibly. Okay. Okay. Easy. Why didn't I think of that? Just responsibly. Wow. So when I did decide, because I came to my first convention in 2013 and I was a few months sober, right? About 4.5, 5 months sober. And this was amazing. I was in DC. I'd been in DC before, and I had messed it up, girl. You know what I mean? Like, I had run through DC, and a little bit of DC ran through me. You know? So I was just having so much fun, and I didn't realize it. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm having so much fun. It was like, in reflection, I looked back at it, and I was like, oh shit, I had a good time. And I didn't think about using. Yes. And I made connections with people that are just like me, that are going through the same things that I'm going through, that are having these same thoughts in their mind. And I tell you, a fire was lit. Honey, I was on fire, girl. I had flame before, but I was on fire. And so I decided to take that back to Louisiana. Now, I left Louisiana when I was 18 and I moved to New York because I felt like Louisiana had nothing for me, right? It was a lot of childhood trauma. It was a lot of being ostracized and discriminated against and being an other, being a different person, And so when I came back to Louisiana, because in that, when I attempted suicide and I heard a voice at the time that told me to go home. It was wild. And it just said, go home. Because I had been so transient, I had no home. I was nomadic. I was in this place and that place, and every time I got to a new place, I was already there. I'd already messed that city up before I even got to it. And it said, go home. And so I went back to Louisiana so I can redefine what home meant for me. And Oxford House was that. Oxford House was my home. And so I thought, what can I do to give back to this place that has given so much to me? And I thought I should make this enjoyable for everybody that walks through this door. Although we have business meetings and there's some real shit we got to get to. Okay, pay your coins. Okay, every meeting, pay your coins. But once we overcome that, we can go out and have fun. At my house, South Shore, if anybody wanted to visit, we started making unity events out of doing chores. Imagine that. I know, girl. We had some coins. We paid off the loan that came from the women's house and we converted. It's fine. Okay, so once we did that, got a little savings account, we had some coins. So we felt real cute about ourselves. So we would buy a steak. Well, first, before we bought the steak, we bought a new grill. It was amazing. We bought a new grill, and then we would buy steaks. And then we had a little carport that was, gated in that always had junk in it. It's always junky for whatever reason. So I said, you know what? Let's grill these steaks and clean up the house and just be together and have a good time. They're like, you know what? That sounds good because I'm eating. And that's what we did. When Twin Peaks, y'all know Twin Peaks? I know Twin Peaks. When Twin Peaks came down the street and opened up a new location, we said, hey, let's go to dinner and go see the Bambis. They're Bambis before they get their name badge. It's great. And we did that, and we had a good time. And we tipped the Bambis on the house's dime. It was great. Well, let's go bowling. Bowling became my new thing. Oh my God, let me tell y'all, I'm so excited. So my girlfriend, Summer, who works in Alabama, said, I need some help. She said, I need some help, building some unity in my chapter. I said, girl, let's go bowling. So I go bowling, and at the end, okay, you ready? I bowled not one, not two, but 3 strikes. Gobble, gobble. Oh my God, it was great. And at the beginning of the next set, I bowled another strike. I was like, I'm on fire. Oh my God, that was really fun for me. It never happened before. Who knew? This is my new high. When I'm at a meeting, I'm asked to moderate or chair or just sit there listening to someone else's story that really resonates with me, I start to buzz. My head starts to get light. I start to get high on life. What we failed to realize is that the drugs wasn't adding anything or taking anything from our lives. It was just producing those things that are already in us to produce, right? It's not adding dopamine. It's not adding endorphins. It's just allowing your body to produce those things that it already produces. So how about we find other beneficial ways to produce those same enzymes, those same hormones in us so that we can have fun this way. It's easy, right? So find something that you used to do before you started getting loaded. Everybody had a little thing. They had a hobby. Oh my God, I remember when I used to do this, but I started getting loaded and then things changed. Go back to that. Go find what that was. Go do that again and experience that sober and remember it, right? And then invite somebody else to do that thing with you. I love to play volleyball. So I had a volleyball fundraiser. How about that? Okay? How about that? Okay? I want you to leave here and go back home and invite somebody in your house or somebody in your chapter to do that thing you used to do, that you used to like to do. And then when you guys start enjoying that together, invite another person to do that thing that you liked, that you used to do before you got high. And I tell you, your life is going to change exponentially. And you will realize that you are on the right path, because my God did not have for me to be alone in a closet, crying in front of a mirror, hoping to be held by his mother who wasn't there because I had ostracized myself from her. That's not what my God wanted for me. And I know my God wouldn't want that for any one of you. So go home, be happy, get lit, like the kids say. Because it's possible. Thank you, guys.
Where's John? Is that John? It's going down, baby.
Down, honey. Down. With that balance.
Okay, next. Next will be Greg Goose Wise. Greg Goose Wise. I started my journey, this is not me, this is Goose. I started my journey with Oxford House in Kansas and was there for 2.5 years as service work. I have been an outreach worker in North Carolina for a little over 3 years now. My specialty is getting in and motivating areas to get on board with the Oxford House model and get excited for recovery. I enjoy making recovery fun, because if we aren't having fun on this journey, then why in the hell stay in it? Welcome, Goose, man.
Morning, family.
Good morning, Goose.
My name is Goose, and I'm a tweaker. Ex-tweaker. No, I'm a man in long-term recovery. What that means for me is I have not found it necessary to use since 4/21 of 2013. And I just found out, sitting on this panel, that Jeremy's got me by what, 16 days? You better keep that.
Oh, man.
Okay, all right. That's pretty amazing, though. But no, how do you follow Jeremy? Like, seriously, why can't we put him last?
Because somebody more dynamic is last.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sprinkle him in. Sprinkle him in. Yeah, I did, when I got up here, we did realize that I matched the two gay guys up here, which I feel pretty good about. I feel pretty good about it as a heterosexual male. Doing something right, maybe. You guys are rubbing off on me, maybe.
Ooh, I tried.
My girlfriend is so embarrassed right now. Look at her, she's bright red. I'm bright red too, it's all right. No, but like I said or through Marty's words, or my words through Marty's mouth, like if we're not having fun in this journey, why the hell are we here? Like when I got here, just like Jeremy, like and everybody up here really, like I was into the party drug scene. The kind of stuff, you know? Dancing? And so they were a lot of fun for a while, until it became a chore. Until, it took over my life, and every waking moment was trying to figure out how I was going to get that next fix. Having people deliver stuff to my work, like putting all those people in danger's way. But that's what my life had turned into. I was really good at getting a job and holding it for about 9 months until they caught on to my BS. And all the while I was working a day job to make money for my life at night and on the weekends and all that. And so when I got into recovery, when I first moved into Oxford House, I had the same fear. Like, what is there left? Like, how can I have fun without something triggering the dopamine and the endorphins. And even it started when I was in treatment. I remember like the belly laugh that we've had going this entire panel, like that releases natural endorphins. And that started for me when I was in treatment, and we were telling the stupid shit we used to do and being able to laugh about it. That's where it started, was, sitting around the smoker's pit in rehab talking about, and we had one guy, he shaved the cul-de-sac in his hair. And then the next day he came out and I drew a face in it. And so then he like put on a show for us like this. And it was hilarious. And he was really good at it too. It was like he had practiced. But no, that's when the fun started. And then I was suggested to move into Oxford House, and I moved in because I heard this rumor that if I moved into an Oxford House, I could break my lease without paying it. That's not true. Found that out the hard way. But in my interview, I told the guys I was going to be there a month or two, and I was going to have my life figured out. Here I am, a little over 6 years later, still living in a house. What are we? Are we pictures?
Sorry.
No, you go ahead. I wanted to be in it. And when I moved in, like Jonathan was talking about the dinners. My first house that I moved into, we had family dinner every Sunday night. We'd get done with our house meeting, we'd run to the store and grab a bunch of food together. We'd come home and we'd cook and sit around the table and break bread. That is one of the most powerful things you can do in your house, is to break bread as a family. I would say my first year living at the house, well, not that long, probably 6 months, the only thing I could afford to bring to the table for those dinners was cornbread. I could buy the 94-cent thing of cornbread, Jiffy cornbread. I'd borrow a couple eggs, I'd borrow some milk, and that's what I could contribute. But I was contributing to the house, to the dinner. And we would sit there and we would eat the steaks, like you were talking about. We had steak dinners, and we really got to know each other. And like my boy Jesse down here likes to say, talk cash shit. But no, like really get to know each other on a different level. And that, for me, that's what I became hooked on. Was that I come from a family, like I ostracized myself. And so when I got into recovery and into Oxford House, I found out what family really is. Our family, you guys here get to see it, how big it really is. We are in every corner of the nation. When I moved from Kansas to Charlotte on a wing and a prayer, I could make it halfway in my U-Haul. It was a long drive, and so what did I do? I called an Oxford House. I called Mary Taylor Milner in Nashville, and I said, "Hey, I'm new outreach starting in Charlotte. I'm moving out there. Is there a house I can stay in Nashville?" She made one phone call, called me right back. And I got there, the guys, not only did they have a bed for me to sleep in with clean sheets, but they fed me. Like, I walked through the door, they don't know who I am. And they just welcomed me into their house, fed me some delicious spaghetti. Like, I remember what they fed me. And we sat around their dinner table, talked cash shit, talked recovery. I laid my head down for a few hours, got up the next morning and went on my way. What other organization, family can do that? Like, think about that. Like, anywhere you go in this nation, you can find an Oxford House, and if you need to get plugged into recovery, you can just go knock on their door and find out where the good meetings are. For me, the importance of having fun in recovery, it is the attraction. It is what keeps people around. It gives us that extra weapon against this disease that is killing our brothers and sisters out there. And it does not take much. It does not take much. It takes one person in a house, one house in a chapter that has the personality like Jeremy. Like, can you imagine Jeremy coming into a chapter or a house and talking like he just did and getting them pumped up? Like, it takes one person. So go home and be that one person in your house or in your chapter that starts the dinners, that starts the bowling night. Get your house to sponsor it. Maybe a couple houses to get together to sponsor it. And get the unity events going. Because, yeah, it's beautiful. It really is. When you start seeing people come out of their shells and find out who they really are. You've heard almost everybody up here talk about how when we get into recovery, we don't know who the fuck we are. Pardon my French. Brandy and I were talking last night and about the picture I saw of her. I didn't recognize her from, how many years ago was that? 5 years? And just a completely different person. You find out who you really are in recovery. So get people to stick around. I love you guys. I love this thing. I'll pass.
That's how you follow Jeremy, just like that, right? Good job, man. Okay, thanks for coming. No, I'm kidding. We've got one more. We've got one more. Brandy frickin' B. She's so fly, she never lands.
Neverland.
She moved into Oxford in 2012. She's been an alumni since 2014. In her words, DJ and I continue to open homes and continue to serve in any way we can. She is the first woman to receive this prestigious Jake Hadley Award in Louisiana. I wasn't even thinking of crying until you said something. I'm just proud of you, man. Damn it, here we go with the freaking crying. Happy dust, yes.
Don't do that anymore.
Then Paul presented her the Founders Award. DJ received the Student of the Freaking Year. Everybody's getting awards all over the freaking place, man. DJ received the Student of the Year award. Yeah. Student of the freaking Year. Student of the freaking Year. I got to have my picture taken with him, man. If you get the opportunity, anybody here ever had a picture taken with Student of the Year? Better get it when you can. Yeah. He's right there. And she is cheerleader for Oxford House for the last 8 conventions. Let's have a round of applause for Brandy frickin' B.
Okay, we're here to have fun. Woo! I'm Brandy. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic. I have a sobriety date of January 15th, 2012, and for that I'm truly grateful. And I'm Tinkerbell, if you didn't catch on. And I'm totally winging this. I also have brought someone with me. Peter Pan? Yeah. Peter Pan. There he is. I would like for him to introduce himself.
Hello, I'm Derek Parker, but y'all mostly know me for DJ. I've been sober since May 1st, 2008.
I want a DJ up here so that he could tell you what he thinks that him and I have done for fun since I've been sober. So.
We've watched movies at the movie theater. We've stayed home to watch movies. We've been bowling. We've been skating. We've been swimming. But my favorite part is being here and dressing up for everything that, like, for all of you, for everybody.
Tell him to call his sponsor.
Call your sponsor.
That was fun. I've had that planned out. That's my dog, Jason Shreveport. Woo! How many parents are in here? Parents. I'm talking to you as a parent right now. I am so blessed to be able to create fun memories with him. He doesn't remember a high mom, okay? Now, I have 5 other boys, and I've been that high mom, and I have the opportunity now to be a sober mother, and this is the first time ever I've been a sober mother, and I get to do these kind of things with him. And I'm very grateful because, you know, that children used to be in the way. I know you feel me. And it didn't matter the guilt or the shame. I had to get high. And so it was an inconvenience. It didn't matter. I still had them loaded up in the van with me to the crack house at 3 a.m. Okay? He's never had to experience that. All that baby knows out there is what Oxford is. He knows Oxford. I'm grateful today that I am able to present to him sober Brandy and fun Brandy, and he tells me how crazy I am, and I like that. And I am very grateful to be part of an organization that has helped me learn to be a mother. The women in my house when I moved in, he had 6 moms. 6 moms. I didn't know how to mom. Like I said, I have 5 boys. He's the baby. And I've learned, as a result of living with 5 other women, that showed me how to be a mom, a sober mom. And today I continue to make the next right thing. He's been to meetings, chapter meetings, house services meetings. He could probably do a presentation at a treatment facility. He's grown up. That's Oxford right there. I'm like I said, I'm very grateful for this opportunity. If you're a mom, if you're a dad, and you're struggling, do not stick in that morbid reflection. Do not beat yourself up because that is what we did. This is not what we do. I can beat myself up all day about the shit that I used to do. Praise God, I've been remade, and I can be a good mom today. And it's because my Oxford house suggested these things of me: get a sponsor, go to meetings, get a job, pay my own way. I became a productive member of society. And I am very grateful for those women in that house and the fun times that we had and the things. And now I'm making new fun things with my kid, yo. And anyway, hey, y'all like my outfit? Anyway, thank you for letting me share. I love you.
I think y'all killed it, man. Did they kill it or what, man? This has got to be the coolest panel to ever freaking be on. I swear. Because it was misery for years, 24/7. We thought that was fun, right? We're having a blast peeking out the windows for 2 days in a row. Man, we're partying. This is a party. Come on, let's party. I can't wait to party again, you know? So now we get to do this. And we don't acquire warrants for our arrest by doing this. It's amazing. What a concept. And I like, somebody said your brain is like a sponge. This is when I went through drug court, they said the endorphins, they're in there. And drugs like squeeze that sponge. Boom. And after a while, have you ever been where you just keep doing dope and you're not getting high? You ever been, you know why? Because you squeezed it all out of there. There ain't nothing left. It's just it's like bark dust left up there, you know? Hey, that's a good, and I'm gonna write that shit down. And so it takes a couple days, and you might go to jail. I used to go to jail for a couple days and then come out, and it's like, ooh, it's party time again, you know? So, man, this is about learning how to change, and normal people have been having fun all this time, you know? We're out there trying to do it weird. You know, it's like, we don't have to do all that today. Just do this, you know? Do we want to slow it down, troopers? Do you want to attack? Before the stormtroopers attack, does there anybody here that would like to throw some suggestions what your house or your chapter or your area does for fun that we haven't touched on?
Give us some ideas.
Lori.
Oh. Crawfish bowl.
There she is.
I work with these people.
Drop the mic. Drop it.
She's like this. What's up, y'all?
All right, John.
In the house! Hey, we do it big in Kansas. I mean, the whole state, we get together. Marty was just there. We threw a big-ass party in Topeka, Kansas. Marty was in the house. A lot of things that we do, guys, in your chapters, your alumni associations, pool parties, Halloween parties. Halloween is good. Halloween is good. All the houses in the area put on these big elaborate to see who is best. 1 year we had a capture the flag in Wichita where each house filled up water balloons and water guns, and we went to try to capture the other house's flag.
I like that. How many guns do you have?
You can have as many as you want. Actually, one of the houses got permission from the city to put a hose up to the fire hydrant in front of their house. And it was on. It was on. Guys, and I love this, and I came here because, I'm the sober hype, right? And so if I didn't have fun, I would have never did this.
That's right.
I would have never, ever did this. And when I moved into Oxford House, it was like these guys weren't doing anything. I'm like, I'm not gonna be here for long if we don't do nothing. Yeah. So I got them up off their butt and we started doing stuff. And I encourage you all, don't sit around and just think this thing is about business. It is business. But if we don't balance out our lives, with a little bit of pleasure in there, it can definitely not be a good thing for us. So, Marty, say it with me. It's going down!
My name is V. I'm the North Regional Alumni Chair for Texas. I'm also Dallas alumni. What we did in Dallas area, we have a fundraiser meeting once a month with all the chapters in Dallas. And one of the ideas we came up with, we flock. It's called flocking houses. What we do is that we have, it's not D, stop. It's flocking. Don't get it twisted and say some other shit. But it's flocking houses. And what we did is we bought a flock of flamingos and a sign that says you've been flocked by Dallas, OH Dallas fundraiser. And we set the flocks in the yards of different Oxford houses. And we leave a flyer that says, you've been flocked by OH Dallas fundraiser. You can make a small donation of $20 or more, or if you don't, that's fine. Just write the house that you want to flock next. And it just keeps going and going and going. We've actually generated enough funds with the donations and actually giving back to the Dallas area. It builds a unity. It also builds in case we need to help anything out financially, and it's a great idea. So I encourage, if you guys want to get involved with that, let us know.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marcus from North Carolina. I was wondering if it's been thought of or if it would be possible to do like a Oxford Olympics or an Oxford's Got Talent. Start off with chapters against each chapter, states against states until it gets nationally. Sports like horseshoes, darts, bowling, golf. Then maybe an Oxford's Got Talent, get a panel of you fine people to judge. Would that be possible? How can we organize that?
That'd be you.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a round of applause. Yeah. Stepping up.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne. I'm from Hutchinson, Kansas, Chapter 13. Yeah! So every so often we get together at one house and we do fight night, and we get to watch people beat the shit out of each other with the MMA fights. Okay. Woo! Yeah! We're all crammed in one living room. It's pretty badass. It's a cool unity event.
I like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
MMA is very homoerotic. I love that. Yes.
Hey, I just want to say real quick that we've done, what did we do? Trampoline. We went to the bounce place with Jeremy. We've had car washes, Halloween parties, Christmas parties. Jeremy ran in the street when we had the car wash, collected money. But I just wanted to say that Jeremy really inspired me not to give up, because I would get a little upset when a lot of people wouldn't come. You know what I mean? Because not everybody has, that enthusiasm. But Jeremy inspired me not to give up and not, just to keep going and keep trying to have these unity events, because people will come. We just got to keep doing it.
Yep. Thanks, Melissa.
That's my friend.
Any more ideas?
Oxford prom. Yeah. That's tonight.
All right. Hey, thank you for coming. Give yourself a round of applause. And we made it another day sober.